Here we are, guys, at 1E ratios, rates, and best buys. Firstly, looking at ratios, 38 to 24. So we look at the highest common factor for 38 and 24. Both of them are even, so I know that 2 goes into them at least. So I halve it, I divide both by 2. So 38 divided by 2 is 19, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. I then get to 19 to 12, so can I find any number that goes into 19 and 12? No, I can't, so that's the most simplified I can get this ratio, 19 to 12. For next one, 2.5 to 1 1/3. I change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. All right, I've shown that before in past videos, so check that out if you want to see how to do that. So now as improper fractions, I want to get the same denominator, a common denominator. What number do both 2 and 3 go into? We do our 2 times tables, we do our 3 times tables, and we find that they both go into 6. We need to times 2 by 3 to get it to 6. So if we're timesing that by 3, we want to times the numerator by 3 as well. So 5 times 3 is 15, 2 times 3 is 6. 5 over 2 is the same as saying 15 over 6. Again, for this one, we need to get that to 6. 3 times 2 is 6. So 4 times 2 is 8. Now that they're both over the same denominator, we can then just take the top numbers, the numerators, and that is our ratio, 15 to 8. 15 to 8 is the answer. Last one with the decimals here, 0.14, 0.2 to 0.14. We need to times them both by 100, just because we want to get them to full numbers over 1. So times that by 100, we move the decimal point 2 places because 100 has 2 zeros. That gets it to boing, boing to 20, boing, boing to 14, 20 to 14. We've then simplified it because we know that 2 can go into both of those. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 14 divided by 2 is 7. That's a simplified ratio. Next, for example 12, we've got $300. Say we've made $300 at a cake stall, and we want to divide up that money in the ratio 2 to 3. So someone's getting 2 parts of the $300 and someone's getting 3 parts of the $300. So all up in that ratio there are 5 parts. 2 and 3 is 5. Alright, so 5 parts of $300. We want to know how much one part is, and then we can divide it up into 2 to 3. Alright, so one part is 1/5 of $300. So we do the 300 divided by 5. 300 divided by 5 is 60. So if you were getting one part of this, you'd get $60. Someone's getting 2 parts, so 2 times 60 is 120. And the 3 parts is 3 times 60, which is 180. The question here is find the value of the larger portion. So the larger portion is the 3 parts. 3 times 60 is 180. We were looking at simplifying ratios, now we're looking at simplifying rates. So if someone's doing 120 kilometers every 3 hours, we want to look at what are they doing every 1 hour. So if we divide 120 by 3, so I've done this here, 120 divided by 3, that 3 goes into 120 40 times. So your answer would be 40 kilometers per hour. So 40 kilometers in 1 hour. The next example there is 5,000 revolutions per 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes is a mixed number. We want to get that to a full number. So if we times that by 2, we can get 2.5 to 5. So if we're timesing that by 2, let's times that by 2. So we do 10,000 revolutions every 5 minutes. If we divide 10,000 by 5, we can find out how many revolutions they do in 1 minute. 10,000 divided by 5 is 2,000, so that's 2,000 revolutions in 1 minute. Part of 1E is looking at finding the best buys. So the example here is, would you buy 5 kilos of potatoes for $3.80, or would you buy 3 kilos of potatoes for $2.20? Presuming that the potatoes are all the same quality. No spuds here. Good joke, Drake. So what I do to solve this problem is I look at what would 1 kilogram of potatoes cost me for this one, and what would 1 kilogram of potatoes cost me for this one. And I compare 1 kilogram to 1 kilogram. The price of 1 kilogram here, the price of 1 kilogram here. So to find the price of 1 kilogram, I divide 380 by 5, and I divide $2.20 by 3. $3.80 divided by 5 is 76 cents for 1 kilo. $2.20 divided by 3 is 73 cents for 1 kilo. So this bag is better because it's cheaper per kilogram. Yeah, that's the method that I use. There's another method here if you want to check it out. I prefer this method, but both are correct. Next one is looking at 400 milliliters of shampoo for $3.20, or 320 mils of shampoo at $2.85. For this one, I get them both to 100 mils, and I compare 100 mils of this price for 100 mils and this price for 100 mils, and then I can compare them. So for this one here, $3.20, to get this to 100 mils, I need to divide it by 4. So 320 divided by 4 is 80 cents for 100 mils. This one here, 285 is 320 mils, so I need to divide it by 3.2. 285 divided by 3.2 is 0.89. Shampoo A is better because 100 mil costs 80 cents instead of 100 mil costing 89 cents. I would choose shampoo A. Washing your hair is overrated anyway. No, that's not on the record. That's not official. Don't listen to me. Anyway, hopefully you learned something about ratios, rates, and best buys. Try the exercises yourself. Watch the video resources here if you need to. Please ask questions, email, daymap, come see me if we're still at school, and good luck.